Right, good evening everyone. 7 o'clock has arrived. Thank you all for coming this evening. I don't think we've got apologies from anyone tonight, have we?
Obviously I have apologies from Councillor Innes and Councillor Taylor.
Yes, right. Apologies for absence. Has anyone any declarations of interest? None? Thank you. Right, we'll take the minutes of the previous meeting. Could I have a poser and seconder to those, please? Posed by Pauline, seconded by... Everyone's going to read it? Yeah, Chris, yeah, thank you. Right, updates on the minutes, not otherwise on the agenda. If I kick off on that, we mentioned the communal youth area. Is there any update on that, Daniel, or still a...
I have brochures at home,
right.
And then I had a follow-up phone call. I believe we already have an account. I think I can't remember the name is
Right.
That's really...
Playwright?
They said we have an account already opened with them. I don't know if we're an active current customer or maybe with equipment, but they've found us on their system. So I have brochures to go through. As with all brochures, you need to then tell them what you like,
Yeah.
so they give you the pricing.
Yes,
but it's
yes.
a starting point of a brochure. It's quite good when they sent it in the post physical to have a look through. My plan is over the next week to then be able to contact them with some ideas, some illustration pricing of some various different options that I can then bring for discussion. If we have an account with them, we might have some audit history as well that might help. So.
Yeah, no, because I think it's a very, very good idea.
It's quite limited. Most of the play park equipment you see is aimed at much younger, like slides and swings and things.
Not the teenage shelter.
Well, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
But a lot of the play, when you go online, it seems to tend to be much younger. But we want the older. So, but this company do offer the older shelters.
Right, the camera work, repairing the existing, is that in hand? Have they done that?
In hand, I've still got that to agree a date to come in and do it.
Right. I wanted to discuss the tennis courts. There was this mention on it in the last one, but I'll bring it up under rec matters. The storage container, it's being held for us. Have you made contact, Andrew?
Yes, I have.
You have, lovely. I will update you on John Hill under rec matters and making the base, etc. So that's that one. The Kersney Abbey meeting that I attended in respect to the River Dower, it was interesting. They showed lots of other projects, but they were on a massive basis, you know, millions and tens or hundreds of thousands of pounds, and they are still coming up with the plan for the work they intend to do for us on the Dower. But they have said that obviously it is, it's obviously not, I think the Dower is 4.5 kilometres long from river to where it runs through Dover, and you know, they're obviously not able to do the Dower from start to finish. So it will be a small amount of work they do, but they are going to do it. But Mike and I'm certain will report to us on that. And the other thing on there was, we mentioned the bonfire night, agreed that we'd do something. We obviously hadn't realised that the date that we said we could do it on, we said then the Sunday, it's Remembrance Sunday.
Well, we tried to do the Saturday, but it was booked.
Yes, yeah. So we had said that we'd do it on the 8th, or we agreed we'd do it on the 8th, but I had thought that's Remembrance Sunday, so definitely there will be no fireworks this year for the firework night, but we are definitely, have we booked that yet, or?
I haven't booked it yet, but I will do that.
Yeah, no, if you can, no, it's just we don't want to miss out on that, but we have said what date, it was
Whatever the Saturday is.
Saturday, yeah.
I think it must be the 6th.
It is the 6th.
Next
6th
year.
of November, yeah, next year, 2027.
Yeah.
Right, now other than, I can't see anything else on there, but I don't know if anyone else has got any matters.
Can I just ask one question about the minutes? Yes, I wasn't here, I was at hospital up in London. Only there was questions from the public, where it's saying that there was a query as to how many Airbnb
Yeah.
properties there are in River.
Yeah.
I was going
Was
to
there
ask
an
that
answer?
one.
But is
Yeah,
there-
no idea.
I hadn't
No.
looked.
I said it was 3.
I think it's about, I know 2, yeah.
I look on the
3 or
website,
4.
only
They've
one
got to
is
There's one on
register
Capel
with the
Road, I
council.
know that.
Well, they won't tell us, I shouldn't think.
No, there is one on Capel
Yeah.
Road though, I know
Yeah.
that.
But no, we certainly couldn't find, and I don't think there's any way of
There's
finding
one up
that.
There is, you can just look it
everywhere.
up on Airbnb.
On the Ridgeway
Yeah.
as
What
well.
is
There's
it?
two, there's two.
Yeah, you can look River up.
Because I
I
looked
don't
up
think
for
there's
the,
many, 4
No.
probably.
for the tour guides if I
There's not
need
many.
more and
Yeah.
they need to sleep somewhere.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yeah, so I,
So it's a limited number, you think, 2 or
It's
3
two.
then?
Yeah.
Two.
It's one.
There
It's
we are.
under
Yes,
5.
Yeah.
Why was it asked?
maybe he wants to open one.
Right. Move on to item 5, to receive reports. A from police. Have we anything?
nothing from the police.
Nothing. District and county councillors?
No, not with us.
No. Nothing.
Is there not like an obligation that they have to report at least once every couple of months or something?
They-
No?
I think so.
There
It's
isn't.
only-
No,
only
but-
got the-
I mean, it's, the
It's-
idea is if you've got the job,
You come
you
occasionally.
come and, you come certainly every meeting that you possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably at least once a
but-
quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, at the moment, I mean, we haven't seen Councillor Rose for,
A couple of years.
it's a long, long time.
Not that
But
long.
even
Cheers.
David Eady, you know, David Beanie,
Hasn't been here
it's,
since last week.
we're not seeing so much. I mean, I've had a couple of calls from him with regard to planning, and then it's gone absolutely quiet. I've got unanswered messages and calls to him, so a little bit disappointing. Is the district councillors, and county councillors. Yes, we normally get one here.
Robert's usually here. isn't
Yes.
he?
Right, parish councillors. Any reports from any parish councillors?
Just that we've got the usual, bike people have started up again with their little bike, rushing up and down through Crabble and
Yes.
the little, I don't know what they're called.
Moped?
Yeah, the small
Four
ones,
wheel-
yeah,
four
don't,
wheels.
don't always have a number plate on the back, yeah,
You'll do it
started.
right
Yeah,
then.
they're little trial bikes or track bikes, aren't they?
No,
Off-roaders,
with the
yeah.
petrol.
Like the actual.
It's so, they will sort themselves out with
What
the
road bike,
petrol,
yeah.
with the hairdryer. With the petrol prices going up, that usually sorts itself out
Yeah.
by then.
Yeah,
Was last time like that.
because we've had slightly lighter evenings and nicer weather,
Yeah.
they've been,
Yeah. Nothing from the parish councillors then?
Oh, so the only comment, people are glad to see road repairs being done,
Yes.
they just not being done quick enough.
yeah, don't go up Town Hamlets,
Well, for example, the one locally
it's
is
been
bottom,
very good.
down the bottom of Whitfield Hill, where the drain is.
It's gotta get-
That's getting, the bottom of that, road, by the road is getting quite bad there.
I mean, at least the one up by the lights is done, that's very nice then.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
not bad.
that was done, and they
That's-
virtually did the whole road, didn't
Yeah,
they,
that's
across to
done
the other
good.
side.
That's very good.
Yeah, they looked,
Just for information, Capel Road now, we, as the maintenance committee, have agreed to set up 20-mile-an-hour limits on Capel Road. So I don't know if they're allowed, but they've put them on lampposts going all
It's
the
a
way up
private-
the
I
road.
don't think you can,
It is a private, well, I don't know if it's unadopted or I don't know if there's a
Yeah.
difference in terminology. I
you
don't know.
can't just you
You
can't.
can't just
put-
enforce it.
No,
No, I know
absolutely not.
that, but
No.
it's just because sometimes the delivery people,
Yeah, rush.
goes zooming through and we've had
But they will
conversations.
know if you just put them up that they
Yeah.
have not to, they will ignore, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, we've had
Please be
foxes,
advised,
badgers,
yeah.
cats
Yeah,
dying
yeah.
on there because of cars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, just for
They
information.
certainly ignore it in Lower Road, don't they, the stretch from the co-op towards the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Any questions
I've got
from
one.
members of the, sorry?
I thought we're going round, so.
Yeah, no, I thought we'd stop, nobody had, yeah,
Alright, so.
yep, off you go.
So, I've been to my resilience workshop. What goodies. So it was a couple of weeks ago to learn how we prepare for an emergency and how to set up an emergency plan for the village. I'm not sure if we have something like that on file already.
We have an emergency, but it's out of date.
Yeah.
It's out of date.
So, I mean, if everybody's okay with it, I would be happy to update that and check with those people who were. We had that incident Christmas where the wires crossed and we sat here with
Yeah.
sausage rolls and they
No
set
one
up in the
turned
village
up.
hall.
Yeah.
That could have been avoided, or you just generally know what to do. If anybody's interested, I've got a few booklets.
Yes, please.
Yes.
We could, I've got the big print for the people who can't read so well.
Oh, that'll be me.
I'll have another look.
Small.
You want a
yes.
small
Yeah,
one?
another big one then.
Andrew, did you want?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's interesting enough for
Yes,
the
I'll have a big one.
AGM.
It's easy for me to read.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, we could make something out of this for the AGM, that we have a little talk about what you could do in an emergency and where to find the numbers to call, where you get warnings for floods, etc. If we don't have anything
Well,
better,
we do have something, don't we, Andrew? Should we not pull out what we've got and then?
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
have an existing
Yes.
plan, but
Yes,
it's,
yes, I'm saying, no, it certainly is
well,
cobbled together, nothing as impressive as we got here, yep. No, I think it's a good idea.
And just on the top of that, I've got an update as well because I attended the webinar by now on Beyond the Precept Funding Solutions in February. So they talked mainly about crowdfunding, doing survey monkeys to find out what the needs are, face-to-face consultations, that kind of thing, which we've done, getting the community to fundraise, having health and wellbeing data and sort of antisocial behaviour data and things like that for the area, which we've already included in what we're doing. Trying to get the local community to give in kind, you know, support as well, if we'll be doing a building or something like that, local traders and things like that, and then giving them a kind of a wall of fame kind of plaque or something like that because they contributed. Also the possibility of getting a loan if you can't get anything from elsewhere, especially if you're going to income generate from somewhere. And there are a couple of funders, they didn't really give many at all, like Kent Community Foundation, which I know, Garfield and Weston, which I also know, but they usually fund village halls, not things like direct, you know. We've already got a village hall, so we
Yeah.
couldn't justify taking the money away from that. But otherwise, yeah, loans was the only other solution, or a crowdfunder or in kind.
Some nice ideas there.
Yes.
I think Andrew's got a copy of the video, have you?
I have, yes.
If
anyone
anybody
wants
wants to
to look at it.
listen to it.
thank you. Good.
With the resilience plan then, I mean, I've actually got on here AGM because as I know Daniel said at the last meeting, we need to start planning for it now, so we can possibly discuss, and if it's agreed, make that maybe what we discuss at the AGM.
Well, the plan is more like for us.
Yes, yes.
And the
Yep.
AGM could be more to tell people at the AGM what to do in an emergency, rather than know which numbers to call, where you get information and help. Go.
Yeah, and I thought
Yeah.
if we're saying we're going to have a resilience plan,
Yeah.
and it's ready in time, that could be the the centre spot,
Yeah.
if you like, of the AGM.
Yeah, I could work on that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
check if the places are still there or up to date that we put in there. Obviously there might be new threats.
I think if you're going to advertise it, you should say, you know, people might remember that over Christmas there was a,
Yeah.
you know, would you like to know how to deal with this next time kind of thing. as an angle to get people to come along and see how relevant it is.
Do you remember when I had no gas?
Yeah,
This is, come along and,
learn how to do it. Otherwise, nobody, you know, who's going to go? They're going to think it's not something relevant for them.
Yeah.
Pauline, do you have anything? No. Right. Questions from members of the public?
No question, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've just got one observation. The the agenda for the next meeting, or this meeting, the village notice board is for October 25.
Yes, it should have been, yes, apologies, yes, it should be updated monthly.
Thank you. Mr Hall?
Oh, one other thing, if I may, just another observation, how well the village is looking with all the daffodils out. And
Yes. Yes.
And we've soon got the magnolias coming out,
Yes.
big one along River Street.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's going, village is going to
Yes.
look superb
Yes.
by this time.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Thank you. Right. Moving very swiftly through tonight. Planning matters.
No planning.
None. That's what I was going to say. There's none.
Strange this.
Decisions.
I do have two decisions. Well, one is the Curzon Abbey play area, permission granted, and the other one is single story rear extension 105B to 107 Lower Road, permission granted on that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Gosh, we are. Right, we're on to recreation ground matters. I've got a number of things to run through there. Firstly, to confirm that on Thursday, weather permitting, John Hill is laying the base for the container and the two bases for the picnic tables that will be removed or moved further back from the houses by the old play area. So he's doing that, and also I had the quote in from PlaySafe with regard to the equipment. The only thing they were mentioning were a couple of bases that needed fitting. I've said to John, he's got concrete around, he's looking at those tomorrow, and he will do those. He's always half, if not quarter of the price of our normal contractors, because we pay travelling and goodness knows what for them. So John is doing, as I say, the container base, the picnic areas, and a little bit of work in the new playground on a little bit of fencing that's come loose, and apparently one piece of apparatus which is loose. So John Hill is doing that.
It's dry in the morning.
Sorry?
It's dry in the morning.
Good. Right, I had a call from Rangers with regard to another organisation locally that wanted to run two events in the recreation ground, football events that would need the use of the junior pitch or pitch areas. The two things there, it's a holiday club during school holidays, half term for local children, and a schools tournament, 8 to 10 schools with teams, 6 to 8 year olds. They'd obviously asked if we would consider allowing that. That would be on some weekdays, May half term, but they would be weekdays. Obviously the toilets would be open. I said, well, I would bring it up that obviously as they're receiving payment for the schools, etc., we would expect to receive a payment for each time they use the pitches. They want the toilets will be open, it's midweek anyway, and they said, well, they'd pay us £30 and £40, but there's actually 4 days overusing it. So I suggested to them, you know, I would bring it up at tonight's meeting that I would suggest a charge of £25 for each use, so £100, because they're going to make money out of it, and we it's good that if we support it, but I wanted to know if everyone's happy with the 25 or they think we should be asking for more than that. I went back and said, look, you know, I'm going to suggest at the meeting 25, and I got back from Rangers who spoke to the other organisation, and Rangers will sort our money out for us, so we're not going to have someone using and disappear with it without paying us. But that would, okay, it's only £100, but it's £100 we would generate, and it would be certainly nice to have other schools there playing football and youngsters for 4 days during holidays. I mean, is everyone happy with that?
I think I'm happy. I think it's open anyway, isn't it? Recreation is open, the toilets are open, we'll already be paying for the maintenance of the space, and potentially there might be further events.
Yes. Oh yes.
If we're reasonable with them, and we can track that. I think it's lovely to see the rec being used.
By other people.
Other people,
Yep.
But I might need that money for the extra toilet cleans then, but that would cover it then. Because obviously there's a lot of, after a school tournament, that would have an additional clean then.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goes quite a lot.
Okay, now I'll speak to Rangers in the morning and just say yes to that. That's football. Now Andrew and I spoke, I had a letter or an email from Rangers. They have a company coming down to do what's called a verticut, which is a vertical cut across the football field or the football pitches. It's a vertical cut, but we've got to sign a disclaimer that if they cut electrical cables, hit water, etc., we won't hold them responsible. We've had similar work carried out many times over the years, but with things becoming a claim culture, they've asked, and Andrew said yes. As long as the half a river don't lose their lights, we will sign this disclaimer that we won't hold them responsible for any damage to underground services that have not been clearly marked or identified. You know, we certainly know of none. We've had work carried out on that for many years, involving spiking and drilling. So it's the playing pitches. So we are going to say yes, we won't hold them responsible.
It's the sort of thing that helps irrigate.
Yes.
Yeah.
It improves.
We do on golf courses.
Yes, it improves the pitches. Yes, bowls, greens, etc. Verticut is another way, as you say, of aerating it and allowing water to penetrate.
How far down they go then?
Sorry?
How far down do they go?
It's a cut of about that.
It's not
Yes, it's not
4
deep,
inches.
but they were there last year with a tractor with that thing that was spiking, and amazing. It was they moved it and this thing went up and then down, and those were about this long. They're spikes, and they take a core out, and that comes out. They then pick those up afterwards, but that allows the lawn to aerate. Yes,
Wow.
and we've never had any comeback from any of those, but it's the first time we've had one of those. So I'm pleased to say Andrew says he'll sign it, so nothing to do with me.
It's your fault, Andrew.
Yeah. But no, it's good that Rangers again are making the pitches better season by season now, and it's not costing us a penny,
Yes.
which is good. The FA are funding it, so that's that. Right, and the other thing, yes, we mentioned tennis courts. I know we've spoken briefly. There was a suggestion from John Hill, or I understood from John, that of maybe a crazy golf. I'm just wondering whether we should be looking at trying to start finding avenues to look at the crazy golf more carefully, and all of the uses that we think there could be. It's just that the courts are there empty, and we really need to be looking at what we want to do there.
Has the LTA responded to anything?
Not yet.
I think it
Yeah,
needs
they're interested in it.
to be put
Could I
out
use a
for
top
tennis.
for
Sorry?
someone put through a suggestion about one one of the courts as a garden, didn't they?
Well, that was to a community garden, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
the garden at the rear, wasn't it, and the front bit to be
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
Because my main worry is, to put this out to kind of tender for ideas, is will we jeopardise the commission piece with Flint House? Will it prevent that from progressing because we're then
Taking
adding
away a
further
further sport
works?
facility, yes.
Yeah, would it cause a bit of friction for them to go, hold on a minute, what are the Parish Council up to? It's my
Well, we're still getting
observation.
ideas, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, it's idea,
but
yeah,
no,
idea seeking.
it's a good point, Daniel. Yes, it's another sport that's being lost, but
Yeah,
Well, it's only put on hold
The
at the
sports,
moment, and it
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
really used by anybody,
Wasn't
like
used by the
a
public.
few.
it's a handful of
Yeah.
people. Yes, yes.
So
yeah.
I don't think people notice that it's lost. I would leave it for a while till we
Let's
have a
get the
proper
planning.
idea.
Yeah, get
yes,
the
yes.
confirmation
And you, I
first.
mean, we said we could use this area for little markets or little, sales events.
Yeah.
It's a bit
Yeah.
flatter, isn't it?
Years ago, it used to be quite a healthy little tennis club.
There
We used
was.
to do a lot of junior
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah, the trouble is you've got such a terrific facility at Deal Tides. It
Yeah.
sucks everyone in there. They're
Yeah.
willing to
I've
travel
got
over there.
pickleballers as
Um,
well.
You've got the courts at
Christchurch.
Conway
Yeah.
Canal. Yes.
Christchurch is
Paddle.
one of the
Yes.
ones that's a
Yeah.
curious.
Paddle club?
Actually, one interesting thing that I picked up when the planning decisions came through, Sandwich Tennis Court had just had an application granted for paddle courts and pickleball courts.
Yes.
That's popular.
Have some
Yeah.
I just wondered
pickleball.
where they got the funding, you know, just where
Yeah,
the
they're
funding
as
Because they're about
expensive as
50, 60
Yeah,
pounds.
they're
yes,
expensive.
50, 60,000. Yes, yes.
It is the latest.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
the latest thing.
I
Yeah,
think
I
I've got a
would
friend.
love a
I've
pickleball.
got a friend who's a coach for the association for
Pickleball.
this pickleball association. They're saying that his funding was like 50-50, it's like match funding. So it's an enormous outlay for us.
Yes. Oh, yes.
It's going to be £40,000.
For a
Well, I
single,
think-
for a single.
Yeah. So
yes,
whilst there is
everyone-
funding available,
Yes.
it's
Oh,
not
yes.
full funding.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but I think the nature of the village is that we want more things for families to
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
got somewhere to go.
in the rec.
Somewhere to sit down.
Well, it would be good if we, yes, if we could, whatever we do there is
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they're travelling to Deal at the moment for their,
Paddle.
yeah,
That's
I
all.
know quite a few who travel to Deal from the village.
It's just, I think it would be used, but it's just the money, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I think it would be a good resource for the wider districts, but.
It's the initial outlay, yes.
how do we
I would
fund
like
it?
to put it out as a question, on a questionnaire on the fate, for the public, what they really want in there.
What, in the tennis courts?
Yeah. Or use another, rival as a questionnaire, because I don't want to make that decision. To put something for 50,000 in there.
Right,
Just
well, if we
because
say
I
let's
like pickleball.
let's push the planning then. That's the next thing was planning. I mean, I had a couple of very good calls with David Beanie, and he was speaking to Alice. I was then pleased to hear that Andrew had received a letter from Alice, which we responded to, but we're waiting for a reply. I've chased David Beanie 4 or 5 times in the last week, 2 weeks, and I haven't had a single reply now. It's gone really quiet. He was being very helpful, and I'm just hearing nothing. So we are once again planning is we have moved, we've shuffled forward. We haven't moved a step forward. We've shuffled forward, but we're now waiting for an answer.
Yeah. I guess in the meantime, we're getting ready. We've got the container coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do a full clear out of all of our anything we want to throw away, so we're in the best position, and we get that agreement to move forward.
Yep. But with planning, we obviously can only give it so long for
Yeah.
Alice to answer, and then I know we said we'd escalate it. I think trying to escalate it with David is, well, not gone really very far. We've heard from Alice, but we wanted to go above
Yeah.
Alice. So, I mean, should we wait for a reply, or should we now be saying to the council, please, can we have answers?
When did we get the reply?
When did we reply?
When did we answer her?
It's earlier this week, so it's only a week.
Oh, right.
So we give it a couple of weeks?
Couple of
Yep.
weeks.
Yeah, and then.
Yep.
Should we make it by next meeting?
Next meeting, yes.
You don't agree,
Yep.
have no
Yes.
response,
Yep.
we agree.
Yes.
At least
Our
that
next
got
steps.
further.
Okay.
Yep. What I will do, I'll drop a note to David Beamy just saying that, you know, I've not heard from him, we have heard from Alice, we've replied, and we're going to give it a month or the date of the next meeting, and if we haven't heard, then we will, without further reference, escalate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, that's clear, thank you. That's everything on the recreation ground. Financial matters, Andrew.
Right, well, apology, I haven't got a copy for you. I have sent you all copies.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I neglected.
I normally print it, and I thought I'm going to save on printing. I didn't print it this time.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the screen, Andrew?
Oh,
You've
yeah.
got it on the
No, I
screen
haven't,
with me?
no, I haven't brought the
Oh,
screen.
we've done
It's
really
no-
well.
That's no answer, mate. Wow. Let's just go home then.
Sorry.
Meeting's over.
Got it.
So I can go through it briefly. So I mean, the two items of income were the cafe lease and the utilities, total £818. And then for the February costs, the usual things: handyman, cleaning services, groundworks. We had to have 2 replacement smart pads for the defibrillator. Our handyman needed mower fuel and plantings and things. We paid the annual cost of the 4G connection for the CCTV. Electrical supply. Oh, we had a water bill. We now seem to be getting proper metered bills for many years, despite the fact that the meter is easily accessible. We were getting estimated bills, and obviously it built up an amount of money they were overestimating, so we hadn't paid a bill for about a year now.
How much discount are they? Because most of the water doesn't go into the sewage.
Yeah, we get a discount. I can't remember the percentage, but yes, we get a percentage
Yeah,
discount.
we must make certain, because that's
Yeah.
because the bowls club are one. The bowls club, you know, that's more likely most of our water
Yeah.
goes into that green, and we shouldn't pay any sewerage on that at all. No, it's always a fight with the water companies.
Domestic wise, it's 25%, isn't it? So you get your Southern water, not Southern, you get your affinity water supply, and then they take 25% off that for Southern water sewage.
Yeah, we get more of it because more of it goes into that, doesn't go into the system, just goes straight to the green.
Yep. Now, as long as we are getting that, because that's considerable.
Yeah.
Out of interest, you mentioned the cafe, £800 odd. How much of that was power?
Well, £515 was utilities, but we don't know what they don't. John doesn't break down what's power and what's water. I suppose water supply is an enormous amount.
Virtually
Yes.
nothing.
It's
No, is that a month or what?
It varies. They hadn't got a bit behind, I think. So this seems to be for a couple of months.
No, it's just that all I was going to say was if they're using that much in a month, and I'm not so much worried about the electricity bill, but no,
Yeah.
because it
I think
obviously
she
is high.
mentioned to me that they were a bit behind.
Yeah, I can't tell you when they
No,
got.
she
It
said
has
I
been a
wish
couple
I
of months
knew the bill.
Sorry, so the cafe utilities is the payment we receive to reimburse us for the electric
And water,
usage
correct, yes.
in the cafe.
Yeah, and they pay us rent on top of it, and all it was, the rent is £300 roughly a month.
Yeah.
And if there was 800, I'm thinking that's 500. If that's in a month, then that's suddenly.
No, it was more than a month.
Yes.
It's 2, isn't it?
At
Because
least-
she
at
actually
least
said
two,
there
yeah.
she hadn't been told by John Hill.
John's been away. From,
Yeah, he's been
Might
away.
have been
She
January,
said she
yeah.
she got a bit.
And how do we know these numbers are correct?
There is a meter in the
It's a separate
their own
meter.
separate meter.
But for us,
But,
for we know this.
Yeah. So we have 2 meters
Yeah.
in the Flint house.
Yeah. One for
One for the whole lot,
yeah.
and one which just meters what the cafe takes.
Okay, and that's on a, assuming a smart meter that sends the. So
Oh,
then-
no, not a
Okay.
smart
No,
meter.
we pay the bill and then
Yeah.
they repay us.
Okay, but we take those readings so we know how many units to charge to the cafe?
No,
I'm
John.
just trying to understand this
Yeah,
I think it
journey.
John
John
Hill
Hill
takes the readings. I'm not sure where, if there's, presumably there's a water meter in the cafe, but it's John who takes the readings.
Right, okay,
I
so
do a
he
monthly-
reads and then he does
Yeah.
the count.
I do
Yeah.
a monthly overall reading to send it to the power company.
Yeah, if we're worried about that, then we could say to John, we'll swap it the other way around,
Mm.
we'll take those two
Well,
I
readings.
just want, no, I don't, I just want to understand the journey of how these
But I'm
readings-
worried getting into arrears on it, you know, you don't want
Yeah,
the cafe suddenly say, "Crumb, they've got, you know,
Big
£1,000 of a bill," and that could be a problem for
yeah,
them.
that's a large amount.
I'd rather,
Yeah.
should we, do we want to maybe alter what we do and say, to avoid dropping behind, that we would read the meters ourselves once a month?
I think it's the first time that happened.
I don't read, why, I suggestion, why do Flint House Works have some understanding of to split the meter?
I
When we
think
do the wider works, so
Okay,
actually the cafe has its own meter, they're responsible for their own electricity maybe, rather, because that'd be quite disruptive work, so I'd imagine to split the meter. So we might as well potentially look at that when we do the wider works.
And perhaps even a meter for the office and a meter for the
Yeah.
downstairs, so we could know
Let's
exactly.
do that when we do
Big
the
as well,
full.
is the office, yeah,
Do it all in one go, yeah.
Obviously, yes, yep.
Could I just ask a question about the safe playground services and
Yes.
the costs of those in December and January?
Yeah.
And what was the work that needed doing, that we needed like nearly £1.5 and then £2,500?
One was the gym equipment.
We had,
Yeah,
we had to
wasn't it?
replace one piece of
Oh, I
apparatus.
missed the last meeting, sorry,
Yep,
okay,
yep.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
And the other one is the inspection.
Wow.
but there's Andrew has a breakdown of
Yeah, yeah,
all
that's
of
fine,
the
I
bills.
just
mean,
clarifying.
yeah, unfortunately,
That's
if
not
we
cheap
don't, if
stuff.
they don't repair it,
Yeah,
we have to close that piece of equipment.
yeah.
So what
It's
we
not
do,
normally that high though, is it?
no, but
There's a whole
that was
piece, wasn't
because there was a whole piece of equipment
Yeah,
at only
okay.
£2,000.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
But I say this month they've come back and it's the first time apart from them quoting £1,400 to reconcrete those two areas, there's nothing that needs doing on the play equipment. That is unusual. There's always something, but no, I say it was the one large piece of gym equipment that we
Okay,
had to
thank you.
replace.
Okay.
But there is always a detailed invoice from them showing exactly what they've done. So if you wanted, Andrew could
I can
have those
easily
for
send
the
you a copy of
meetings.
the.
Yes.
No, that's fine,
Yeah.
I was just curious, that was
Yeah.
all, because they seemed very high for those 2 months.
And we feel they remain competitive
Yeah.
to what in terms of what they offer. Reliable, competitive pricing.
They're
We're
reliable.
happy with.
They are less expensive than others that we've
Okay.
gone to.
Yes.
No, I still feel because everything there's travelling on it, but they do ours, they do DDC, they all,
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
but they're
You
down
need
in
to balance
Dover.
cost with service, don't you?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
go dirt
Yeah.
cheap and then you'll
Yeah,
never
yeah,
get
you
any
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that's right,
Yeah.
no. But no, we had calls when we looked around, we were amazed some of the prices we were given, and they came in with certainly cheaper prices. But I do feel that they are a bit on the expensive
Yeah.
side, but there is no one else locally
No.
to do it.
No, that's
Where the
fair.
alternative we tried and they were much more expensive.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
When I do a presentation on the accounts of the AGM, then I can break down the costs of that and you can look at them there.
Yeah, and like it's almost around kind of holding the community to account,
Mm.
because if they are able to supervise their children playing on those things properly, then we would be spending the kind of money we have to spend to fix them, you know, to make
Well,
them
some
safe.
of it is wear and tear.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I think we should talk about these numbers because people.
Yeah, so
Probably
people have a
won't understand.
realisation, otherwise they're like, we're having to
Well,
what's
if
on
you look at the
the
zip wire, I there's families there, two people on it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a lot of
Adults.
Yeah.
It's because it's the best piece of equipment we have.
and it's the most expensive one. That's an arm and a leg to,
Yeah.
that spring that keeps
Yeah.
Yeah.
breaking.
Yeah.
We can't buy them anywhere
No.
else, it's only that one manufacturer.
Yeah.
And that's, you know,
Expensive.
it's about, well, it's hundreds of
Yeah.
pounds. And
But it's
yeah,
so
you've
cool.
got families on there having a great time, but yeah,
Not
two
thinking,
children on it,
yeah.
an adult and a child on it, it's
An
not
adult.
built for that.
Maybe we need to
there a
upgrade it,
notice
pay
or
per
something?
ride. One pound per ride, make it even bigger one.
Put the money
Yeah.
in the slot.
But no, it is difficult one, it is very popular.
It's great.
But
But is there a notice or something about using it? So
Yeah.
that it's-
Well, technically, the whole playground is
Another
under
one.
12,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
technically,
Technically.
and the right part of it is even
The
younger.
juniors, yeah.
Yes.
One question for February expenditure, the defib supplies, I take it that's for the defibrillator down in the.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
We
recreation.
already
Why does so long has it been there? Because the reason I'm asking, and I'm thinking of another one that I know of, which has been, and I'm sure it was the equipment as such, if you don't use it, but it's okay for a few years.
Oh, it is,
Yeah,
it's a
it's-
number of years, but that's
Yeah,
been
the-
there.
Oh,
Life, it's a battery,
Yeah,
isn't it? Wasn't
yeah,
it, for the pads?
it's both, it's the batteries and the pads, and they have a lifespan on them, and at that point,
Yeah.
it gets the end, you have to replace them. I don't know
It
what.
just doesn't strike me as being there that long, that was all.
It's
No,
been a few years.
I think the pads are only a couple of years, something like that. They're not ever so long.
Mm.
They
I
don't
think
have a
these
long
ones
life
are only-
on them, do they?
Oh, it makes
Till
me, well, I'll have to
2028.
check this other one out, and I'm thinking of
Well,
it.
you don't want it to not work when we finally got it there.
Yeah, no, I
and
mean,
they
yeah.
were-
Yeah.
Oh, and guess how much trouble we are in if somebody's not
I
surviving
know,
it
I'm
because
just,
our pads
I'm
are
just,
on.
I'm asking this question, this other one that I've got in mind, that's why.
I
They
think-
were nailed.
I think
Yeah.
the top of the pads have got
It's it.
2-year lives on them.
Maybe one of us
So,
to use it.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's check it and.
Yeah, I'll check this other
Oh,
unit.
sorry, but
out.
it's getting there first.
Or the batteries not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the batteries aren't quite so bad because
Yeah.
they beep at you.
Hmm.
You get a audible whether the pads don't do anything. So
The static,
You just have to-
the
you need
static, yeah, no,
you just need a
yeah.
diary.
Better
page or
check the
something.
other one out.
Yep, right. That's financial, thank you Andrew for that. Yep, we
Yep,
finished
okay,
on that.
That's
Yep.
finished, yes.
Discuss any response to the consultation on local government reorganisation.
Oh, yes.
Well, I've got some diagrams for you there. Do you want me to do anything?
Show it on the screen, yeah.
I thought I'd give myself a rest for that.
Oh, it's Ethan.
Is that the one they've gone
Okay.
for?
Oh, I've got two of those. Well,
No,
Yeah.
oh, there's one and two, yes, sorry.
Because that's the most even distribution though.
That's not
Yeah.
about the United States settlement.
Does,
Yeah.
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 So,
What do you think in terms of the 5?
Well, because then it's an even distribution.
Yeah, I
isn't
see
it?
that,
All
yeah.
the others are a bit just.
Why is this one
Strange.
thing?
That's weird.
Yeah, it's
That's the
very
bit
strange.
strange.
Yeah, it's a bit. But at the moment, I can't read that Whitstable and I can't remember what it is.
Green Day?
so we've got
Yeah.
five
Let's have a look.
options
Have
have
you
been
seen it all?
submitted to government.
Before.
The one that's not on there is
Yeah,
KCC's
unitary.
proposal for a single
As it is.
authority, but with 3 area assemblies. And I think the top one on page 1, which is the 3 option,
Yep.
I think that's the same size. The assemblies would be to the same
Roughly.
Okay.
spec.
And this is coming from
So
the current
KCC is
KCC.
Yes.
this one, but with
So the top of page 1 is 3 unitaries,
Which doesn't have
which
Is this the people?
KCC did an analysis against the government's criteria, and that was the one that came out top,
Number 5.
number 5, which is
Yeah,
22 out of
even
30
distribution.
in terms of all the various criteria. They're looking for somewhere in the region of 500,000 people per unitary
Yeah.
average, so if it's a lot less than that, then they're probably something that they're going to.
Moving round,
And I
yeah.
think the other thing,
Why
well,
would
the
they
other
not
thing
do
is
that?
potential cost savings.
Why not
See,
we
these
look
are
at
all-
them?
But you would go with 4 then, if that was the criteria, 5.
I don't like 5
4.
because we're not with Canterbury together. You know, it should be Canterbury, Dover, Thanet.
Which would be this one? 4.
Yeah, 4.
Don't make sense to me though, that
Yeah,
little-
4, yeah, and 4 is, it hits the numerical
the numbers,
boundaries of
yeah.
about 500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There,
5544.
Yeah.
there are 2 options for 4, so the bottom one on page 1 and the top one on
Oh, I
page
see.
2.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Yeah.
four.
But the one on top of page 2
That's
has
nice.
slightly altered boundaries.
Mm.
First one keeps to the existing boundaries, but the other one alters slightly. I think you get a little bit in the,
Eh?
But the population distribution is
They cut some
very
of the
uneven.
forests.
Yes, yes, you've got
For the
600,000.
fours,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, 4B, or which, yeah, 4B is certainly if we're trying to, if there is a 500,000, then
Mm.
that's the one that ticks that
I
box.
like B, 4B, of it.
Mm.
2, 3, 4.
Like that.
I feel like for D though, it captures all of your seaside towns in Kent that people come and visit. Covers Whitstable, Herne Bay,
But Folkestone is
Folkestone,
split.
part of Folkestone, Dover, Deal. That probably have a lot of shared challenges and
Mm.
opportunity.
Well, I don't think that Folkestone likes to be split.
Whereas where we're very different to the likes of Maidstone, aren't we, and
Mm.
Tunbridge Wells, etc. But I think we should be under I don't think 5A is very good because it splits off Thanet and Canterbury. So we will see. I think the seaside towns there's something in keeping them together.
I don't like Folkestone split.
Mm.
You should know where it's split though, do you? Like it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Sandgate.
Yeah,
How is that what it'll be?
silly.
So then Sandgate down to Hyde will be
They won't like now.
No, they won't want the split, folks in one.
3A retains that,
Oh,
doesn't it?
still 4B, okay.
one thing that hasn't been,
That one.
well, keeps being discussed, but they don't know the answer to is quite how the debt is going to be. Obviously, the KCC has a large amount of debt, and it's going to have to be split between however many unitaries. We're not
Most of the councils are.
Yes.
That's not
I think that
Put about
part of the
less
property in
than
Dover is
one
actually
year
quite
and then
pretty good. I mean, for those
Yeah.
council tax, I don't think there's much in the way of debt.
Dover's not too bad.
Mm.
So which one again, sorry, did you say that the current KCC recommended was?
Oh, it's not on there.
It's not on there because it's
It's
simply
the same
one,
as it is now.
one unitary authority, everything,
And 3.
And 3.
and 3 area assemblies.
So you can actually see the area assemblies, can't you? Because that is,
Yeah, the
The
top
top
one
one
would
there,
be,
that
that would be
shows
the area assemblies.
if it was, that would be,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which one shows the area assemblies?
It would be
3A,
3A, yeah.
3A,
Ish.
that's got the 3.
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah, but then be
Yeah.
similar to that.
Yeah.
And Maidstone would
But
be the
that's
one.
big.
I think 3A.
But 5A is the most compliant.
That's huge,
With the
not that.
guidance.
It's all right.
But the numbers are too big.
Yeah, numbers.
Oh,
are
yeah,
too
very
big.
small.
No.
I know it's wrong, I don't know why you don't like it.
I think the other problem with 5 is that
It's too many.
there's less in the terms of cost savings. They're also looking for a balance of
Mm.
cost savings
Yep.
Okay.
and the amount of time to pay back the initial investment,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is, again, is 3, I think comes out top on that,
Okay.
3A.
Yeah, those two do.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
first,
I
come
think
up on
3A
those.
is the best option.
Well, it just keeps East Kent as East Kent,
It
doesn't
does.
it?
That's what mine.
It's
I
the
think.
way we've always
we,
functioned,
we
you know.
share similar challenges the
Yeah.
way they're
This
divided.
one.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
I
And
think
should be
the
well
first thing
covered.
with Maidstone.
Are we expected to respond or
We,
not?
I think, we can, we don't have to. Calc were encouraging parish councils to take part.
Right. Who will, so this decision will be made by whom? Central government?
Central government.
Yeah.
They will let us, what the council know before the summer recess.
Yes. No, I just wondered, I wasn't certainly said to discuss any response to the consultation. I didn't know if you meant any response from us, so it's not asking us to no. So
and of
we've got to
course
sit back and see what they decide then. Yes.
Which might be
which might be something completely different.
Yes. So
But irrespective of which option is chosen, what are the implications for the parish council is the question, isn't it? There isn't any really, is
No.
there?
No,
Only in the fact that
No
Dover
changes,
District
no
Council
change.
goes, so some
Yeah.
of that might come to parish
Oh,
councils.
right, the responsibilities for things, yeah.
Well, some like lampposts, things like that belong
Yeah.
to Dover District Council. So they might be split round the parish council, they might not.
Okay.
Part of the worries that I've been hearing at CALC meetings are the fact that any unitary is always going to be a little bit more remote wherever they're going to be based. Then you will have to have, probably they won't cut the number of officers. Obviously they'll cut the higher levels of management, but you don't know quite who you're going to be dealing with and where they can be based. So for things like planning, whatever,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little bit further away.
Yes, it won't be local.
I mean, we don't know, some of the other options might also look into the idea of area committees. Those are not statutory. From what I've been reading, some places that are already established unitary authorities have set up area committees, some haven't. Some of them have got powers devolved down to them, some haven't. Some have got a budget and some haven't. So it's really it's just down to each unitary what they do.
You need a budget.
And of course, so some of them, I've heard some clerks say that some of the area committees are basically just talking shops. And of course, they've got to remember that what we haven't had yet is any details of how the devolution goes in terms of the mayor. There will be a mayor of Kent who will be above all of the unitaries.
Will there be elected mayor?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure Pauline can answer this, but in terms of Dover District Council becoming an entity in itself, how long ago was
It will
that?
go. Kent County Council, Dover District Council will disappear.
Yeah.
Ramsgate
But
Council.
how long ago was Dover and Deal sort of joined together as a council?
Oh, it was Dover
20
Corporation
years?
before that. It's longer than that.
Longer than that. I'm just thinking
50s,
that,
50s, 60s, 70s. Yeah, in the 60s.
so we're talking about best part of 50 years.
Yeah, and it
So
would
I'm
cease
just
to
thinking
exist.
that this came in, that, there'll be another 50 years before they
Mm.
decided to change it again.
Yeah, all the local
Tight time
councils
scale.
like Dover, Folkestone, Ramsgate,
Yeah,
they'll all disappear.
Yeah,
Yeah, whether some of them will get elected onto these.
yeah, because traditionally you had like the Dover mayor, the Deal mayor, the
They're
Hyde
parish
mayor.
that's a parish council.
But
That won't be That might not be affected. You might still get a mayor for Dover, but he won't have the same powers
But not deal then.
as, well, yeah, Deal's got one as well. But at the moment, I don't know how that's going to affect, because as they said, there's one mayor for the whole of Kent, but you might still be able to have your town mayors,
Yeah,
because they only have power over,
because
The
that also
town.
was all changed about approximately 50 years ago.
roughly,
That's where
yeah.
it is now.
Yeah, 'cause before that was just Dover Corporation, so,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, well, 50 years time, I won't have to worry about it. But
You might still be here.
I keep taking the tablets.
I think we should. I feel like we should have a view, even if it's just some commentary to submit.
Oh, bless her heart.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But you're allowed
I
to.
didn't want to interrupt.
No.
You sit there, don't worry.
so not to save money, don't they?
They have to say no.
Oh, they definitely will.
They do have to.
Although by the time you had
Do we want
the
an
only
opinion?
council, that's what we know.
Well, I have opinions, but it's, we don't have
My
any
worry
unanimous.
is if we don't make any comments, is that
Parish Wells.
Well, we
it's
don't
not
have a
very
unanimous
well.
opinion
Yeah, well,
about
yeah.
it.
That's
Oh,
one
it's
of
just
the
looking
more
at
accurate
that.
parts
Oh.
again, isn't it?
Yes,
A bit.
I don't,
yeah.
That's why I asked Daniel whether we were expected to respond.
Yeah.
But I feel, yes, like you, we ought to at least least say something, but
Maybe
very
it's not,
difficult
maybe
to
it's
say.
not a view, maybe it's just some
Yeah, well,
commentary
yeah,
that's
yes.
making a point around keeping maybe coastal towns together, shared challenges.
Yeah.
I think I would worry if this changes and then thinking of the village, people say, hey, why didn't you
But
have an
Well, they can
opinion?
these are the four
Yeah.
options
It's a
I
public
can do,
comment, yeah.
plus the
Plus
fifth.
the fifth,
So,
which is the.
yeah, so these are the options. We can't say, well, we like that
Yeah.
one, but not,
Not
you either
this.
like it, yes, or
You can't change it.
no.
They took 6 months to get to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's quite interesting. When KCC officials were asked to do case studies,
Yeah.
they also looked at the idea of two unitary authorities.
Northern, yeah, south.
But whoever the individual councils, no one decided they were interested in that, so never got picked up. Because actually that was, I think that one worked out as being the second highest criteria.
Oh.
So you never know the government might choose that.
Quite often choose one, isn't there?
But if we do respond, who do we respond to?
There is a link.
Public
Yeah.
side, yeah.
Yeah.
You can respond.
Well, I think we need to agree what principles we think are most important. You know, is it the distribution of where the lines are, or is it the equal distribution of people, or is there something about deprivation?
Well, the government's working on people, so
Yeah.
it costing money. So the
Yeah.
more people in that particular area.
But like, you know, Tunbridge Wells in that area, the
And
cost
this is the
implication of that
district-
population is totally
district
different.
boundaries, is it?
Yeah.
They're
Sort
all gang together.
Yeah. Yeah, they're little
Yeah,
mountains.
advantage. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
There might only be 300,000, but the implications and the cost burden
Because at
of
the moment,
deprivation
the
is so
council
high.
is kind of
Yeah. And
bit
like you said,
over
the
funded
coastal
category
areas is
anyway at
totally
this
different
moment in
ballgame.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all separate.
Yeah, they're all separate, but
Yeah.
like for like services like waste, all the main sort of services are sort of Dover, Canterbury, Thanet,
Which is all run by KCC at the moment.
all run. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, so yeah, because when I worked there
Roads, yeah.
for council
we did
tax,
it.
we did
Yes, you do.
for
Yeah.
Dover, Canterbury, Thanet, and that seemed to work quite well because you weren't thinking when you worked there, weren't thinking about
You don't, do
other
you?
places where you don't know and yeah.
See, that one won't get in as such, because that's quite low. So
Yeah.
to take that number of people to pay off the debt.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to be a runner at all.
No.
So
Oh, look at that, yeah.
I have a bearing on this of all things. So went to the recent Port User Committee meeting run by the Harbour Board, or Port of Dover it is now. And they had a guest speaker there who was essentially an economist working really for Westminster, and they were looking at studies for greater cooperation between the likes of counties, industry or whatever industries we've got left, to work together to actually start working, join up government a bit. And one of the things is quite a lot of statistics, as you can imagine, an economist brought with him. And the striking thing with Kent is as to how what a big low skills basis it had.
Oh, yeah.
The higher skills basis percentage was quite small, and that would have been, say, IT, and obviously medicine, things like that, university sector. But the rest, because still essentially Kent is and now still an agricultural county, and we've got next to no industry left as such, and all the traditional things where, and again it was to do with training and skills training, and of course not having any industry, you don't have any apprenticeships anymore. And we've got a dearth of colleges, further education colleges and things like that, where people would have had some sort of skill
But there
training.
is some.
But it's not, basically they say there's not enough.
They probably use them because they shut what we used to call if you went for like carpentry or electricity or one, you went to a different type of college.
Yeah.
because there's a glaring lack of, well, of course they're trying to do the expansion with building, but glaring absence of skilled, knowledgeable builders about, really.
There is. Very
And
much.
then on more technical things like the electrical work, it's even worse, you know.
I think it's
But
very
it was something that this should all eventually fit together. But I say this, he seemed to be, he was more Westminster based rather than county based, but he was having to work with county as well.
I think that's
So I was going to make an observation that the difficulty here is they're obviously splitting it. They're obviously looking at population,
Yeah.
price per head,
What they're
etc.
working on.
It would be really interesting if they could slot into here exactly what that means. What goes where, who's got to recover what. We've no idea at all. I mean, it's when you look at the areas. Yeah, I'm surprised at the population in 4B in the real bright blue is only 560,000. It's Tunbridge Wells, Maidstone. It obviously is the population is the population, but it would be interesting to see. Right, that means that these areas, I assume, the amount of money that is being given to them, or the amount of debt that they're accepting, is based on the population divided by the amount to the Pacific areas.
But it should go by the income, some kind of.
But I bet it,
Yeah, income
Yeah.
versus debt
Yes.
versus headcount, but it won't
Yeah.
be.
It won't
That's
be,
not,
no.
this is just a map with coloured lines, isn't it?
yeah.
Doesn't really tell you
Yeah.
much.
Because
Can
my
we
worry is
can
usually-
we
Doesn't
feed
mean
back
anything.
on that?
But they say they've got that,
Sorry?
they won't tell
They've
you
got
yet.
that already.
No, they won't tell us yet what the debt is until they've
No.
accumulated it all together.
Have they also considered deprivation? Because if you think about coastal areas,
Yes.
the population cost per head, given deprivation, is going to be so much greater than somewhere like Tunbridge Wells.
Oh yeah, well I was going to say
Which is
that
why I
It's
think
not,
that's-
have they taken that into consideration?
I
I
don't
don't
we
know.
haven't got a clue. I mean, if you think the average wages in our area
Yeah.
is far less than in Maidstone.
Village of the Maidstone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and the closer to London, the
They
closer
will
to
be
London you live,
I'll be
you're
surprised
likely
if
to
they
be getting London
They'll probably
wages.
be one of those,
Yeah, or here in Dartford.
So it's very difficult to
Yeah,
say,
they
well,
want to say
this
so,
is the
but
one we
that's
go
what-
for,
that's what they
because you haven't got a clue
No.
what it actually means.
No, you
They're not
don't.
well off like that.
Well, the first
that's
meeting
what
that I
it is.
attended, the
Yeah, but
leader of
the ones to London.
DDC described the
This
three
is all that's left. like
unitary
100
option as
odd.
being North Kent, West Kent and Poor Kent,
Poor Kent.
Yes,
Oh.
and that's but
which is
that
the
is
reality.
it is.
Yeah.
That's what the
Yeah.
point I was trying to make was we're unfortunately
Yeah.
the poor end.
And even having
Of the
Canterbury in
county.
there, there's a lot of deprivation in Canterbury.
No, there is.
It's
But
not exactly people
like
think
the
it's.
Medway
Yeah.
that's very
Oh, that's
Mm.
deprived.
interesting.
That's
very
even
deprived.
worse than that. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they want to go for the biggest population that's even,
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
which is
it.
what they're aiming for.
Yeah.
And therefore
Well,
4B
yes.
4B is that one,
For
but it's
administration.
not knowing. I mean, we do know
We don't.
KCC when they were here,
Yeah.
you know, said that it was 770 million, isn't it? Nearly £750 million of debt,
Yeah.
Mm.
and to service that, I think it was 60,000 a day.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's frightening.
Does
They
it not
had to say
but it was-
70 million this year, didn't they?
does it not say in the KCC options appraisal? Is that what we're talking about? This?
It's just, this is the areas they're proposing.
Yeah. But don't they go into it a bit
The
further
the
into
debt's not in there.
nothing at all that suggests
Well, they've got all, they've sort of analysed it all,
Yeah.
but the appraisal was done before they decided on these
Areas.
so sorry.
five options. So it's sort of, to say they'd also done an appraisal on the idea of having two unitaries, which nobody picked up on in the end. So it's all the documents are a bit confusing because it keeps talking about options, but the options 1, 2, 3 don't necessarily mean the same thing.
Yeah, because if you've done the appraisal with what you've worked out the areas,
Yeah.
you can't do it, can you?
What do we want
Yeah.
to say?
have a bit more clarification.
We don't have
Well,
enough
I-
information, do we?
Yeah.
It's hard now to say.
I mean, ideally there should be some banding or ranking
You wanna
on the
be covered
areas
with
as
somebody
to
better off.
what they're expected to pay.
Yeah.
The blues there should
Yeah.
be paying certainly
We
far
want to be
more.
with
But they
Maidstone.
probably have to
Yeah,
readjust
Tunbridge
to
Wells,
debt.
yeah.
Tunbridge.
But that's the last year, 18 months,
Yeah.
and they can't decide which one they want.
Yeah.
Then they'll ask
Yeah,
everyone's
Ashford's
debt.
Well, that part of Kent and going into Surrey.
So we don't know.
High speed.
We've got to ask what is the questions that we're, you know, the answers to the questions that we're potentially going to be asked by our people, our parish, like what
Well,
does
it's
Well,
that?
the question's
what does
going to be,
that mean?
what's it going to cost me?
Yeah, what's
It's
it-
going to be one
yeah,
thing.
that's
What's
it.
it going to cost me?
Yeah.
I mean, it's outlines of
You haven't got a clue.
consultation as well.
Oh,
I mean,
good, that's good.
if
Yeah.
you're someone living in
Not just Parish
Maidstone or
No, no.
Tunbridge Wells, a very affluent area,
It's gonna be,
and if they get the same cost per head as we do here, and I bet
Yeah.
that's more likely what it's going to come down to, then we're going to be really suffering.
Yeah.
So
Unless
we
it's
need to
waiting.
phrase that back as a little feedback, as what it is,
Yeah.
that we're worried.
Yeah.
That's what our worry
Yeah.
is, yeah,
Yeah.
good. Agreed.
So whatever the decision on this doesn't matter really for us, it always is,
That's the implication.
yeah.
It's the implication for the
Yeah.
population.
I mean,
Yeah.
especially
We're always
4D.
cut away from the rich parts of the county. Whatever
Yeah.
you do, we're always cut away
Yeah,
from the
each
affluent
option is like
areas.
that, yeah, we
All
are.
of them.
But
So we're worried about being left behind potentially.
as a coastal area, you know,
If,
Coastal
if,
area.
if the debt was split by head, per head, you know, but per population and not by other measures,
Yes,
what
yeah.
the income is of this little piece of land.
Yeah.
Well,
As you say, if they split it down by the population, and we all pay the same no matter where you are, no, there must be some
yeah, waiting.
weighting of it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, weighting. You know, if you live in London, but
I mean,
we've no
even-
idea. Looking at this, we can say we like that one, but it's right. It's what does it mean to the
the amount of
public,
freight what
the
we
population? and
let
the
get,
crew?
you know, the amount of freight we get every day through Dover
Cliff Road is just disgusting, where it's just
needs to
lorries,
be,
lorries.
But we
take-
don't get the money for that, the government
No.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, but we
you know,
we end up paying for the road, we pay for that one.
We do.
I'm
Yeah.
stuck in the village because we can't get out because all the roads are
Ah.
messed up,
Ah.
aren't they?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't get my
You
free
phrase
dinners.
some-
do we put
Do you want me to put together some kind of response to say
Yes.
that
Yeah.
the actual financial aspect is the key
Well, it's the
issue.
consideration,
it's got to
isn't
be,
it?
it's
We
got
want
to
them
be,
to
yes.
consider
Yeah.
the kind of
What does that
socio-economic
mean?
demographics, if you like,
Yes.
of the
The
population.
South East.
Yep.
And what their needs are gonna be when they consider how to, which
Divide
one
it.
to, yeah,
how to apportion
yeah,
this bill?
A
Yeah.
fair,
yeah,
a fairness.
I mean, if you worked on council tax, we don't have as many band D houses, which is what they basically work the precepts out on, isn't it? As Ashford, Tunbridge Wells, Maidstone,
No,
we
yes.
have far less than.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got like
That could
A's and B's, which are
Yes,
all
Andrew,
of
if
that.
you
But then you think of Canterbury, that
They have a
so
mixture,
if
but
Andrew
they have more Ds.
puts
That's
something
the-
together,
that's the level.
drops it around to all of us,
Yeah.
it's quite easy now, and asks for feedback, but we certainly need to try to get through to them. Our worry is how are they going to apportion the cost for these, whichever area they go for, and I think it's got to be 4B, if their $500,000 is their sort of criteria, it's anyone that hits that, but we've got poor areas and rich areas in Kent, yeah, so please Andrew, yeah, if you can put something together, put it round to all of us, and,
Yeah.
but I think we ought to say something, but it's very difficult because
All in
you've
partnership,
got
people buy
less
themselves.
than half the story there,
Poor.
because it would be good to, it would be interesting to see how they are going to split that, because you could then make a decision rather saying, you know, this is more manageable. It may have five bands, but it's more manageable because the way you're apportioning the costs is within the grasp of people in that. So yes, please, Andrew, up to you. Yes. No, I
We
mean,
should pop that into a few sentences, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
it is difficult, but we've
No
got
crash.
we've got hardly anything there. I mean, it looks
It's a
a lot.
wordsmith if you do it.
Yeah.
As a use for AI, if ever.
You better not.
Yeah.
Parish AI.
Right.
Okay, you've,
Yeah, so
Correspondence, it might be
Yes,
useful to
number
see what it
11.
says there.
General correspondence.
Or Wikipedia or something like that.
Right, three items in correspondence. This is the KCC Road Safety and Active Travel Group. They are, RSATG, is hosting its first dedicated seminar, and we'll be delighted for you to join us in one of the two sessions which have been designed to bring together parish and town councils, county members, calc your community engagement, highway improvement plan representatives, and the wider road safety and active travel group. Finalised agenda will be sent out in the coming weeks, but to set the scene, we will begin the seminar with Vision Zero, establishing the golden thread that underpins each of the presentations and the overall theme of the event, which will go on to include topics that are regularly discussed at highway improvement plan review meetings, such as safety cameras and the work of the Kent Medway Safety Camera Partnership, Speedwatch, about speed and collision data that they hold and how they use it, work of the highway improvements team, how they can support schools in our area with school travel plans, school streets and initiatives such as bikeability and walk once a week, road safety campaigns and education, active travel schemes, initiatives and funding available. And those two dates are, unfortunately they're in person, Tuesday the 21st of April and Thursday the 30th of April, 9 till 1 on each day up at, so the first one is at Sessions House, Maidstone, second one is at Betsanger Park, which is a lot easier. Presentation starts at 9:30, refreshments provided. So by this Friday, I need to inform them if anyone would like to attend.
What was the second date, Andrew? 30th?
30th, Thursday the 30th of April.
And that's Betsanger.
Yeah.
And that's a weekday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, I can't do that one.
Yeah.
And the other one is too far.
Well, the other one's here in Maidstone.
Yeah.
Well,
At school, school
To
time.
get there for 9 o'clock, I mean.
no, I think you.
Might be able to, just need to confirm.
I mean, let me know. I don't mind. I can probably go
Yes,
if no one else is available. So you can let me know by Friday.
Yep.
I like that one. I like the most fun.
Next item. Dover in Bloom. Dover has been nominated for the prestigious National Britain in Bloom 2026 competition. Apparently it took place last year, initially debut year, that saw us win gold at the Southeast in Bloom Awards.
I was away that year.
I'm feeling the same as well. Did
The
you?
what?
Was it Dover District Council?
Not Folkestone, Dover.
It's just Dover.
We've
Okay.
got
Yeah,
gold.
there's a big, if it's Dover District Council, that would go all the way like Walmer.
Any others?
Could
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
Nominated. Nominated, not.
Can't see it Dover.
Fine.
Got this via, we do have a local coordinator, Jenny Cresswell, who is, she said she's happy to coordinate any river-related responses, so we can
What do you mean?
respond
Sorry,
directly.
so how should we be called?
Well, anyone who wishes to take part in.
You know, no, any.
Can't we just post some pictures of our planters or something? Is that enough?
Is it individuals or the entire village? So we would say, hey, we want to get.
No, you could do your own garden.
This is what we have in our village.
Yeah.
I mean, I can email her and
Your
just
mum's
see if
going,
there's
right?
criteria.
So your mum's
Interested in.
going. Yeah.
There is an Instagram
Seen
account.
my life. He doesn't do that.
If you can do that again,
Well, you
Andrew,
do. So you live
let
in
us
the
know what
village.
response you get as soon as you get it. Right, Andrew's going to ask from them what they want, and he'll copy us all in on that, so we can respond.
No.
But it's not there for the.
Yeah.
And then final item, this is just a notice that the specialist resource provision for pupils with speech and language needs at River Primary School is to be permanently removed.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's basically it.
Do they say where it's going?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that.
So, copy of the complete proposal can be viewed at the following link.
Why?
I think there's a shortage of speech
Speech language,
therapists
yeah.
and language therapists in Kent
Yeah, there
anyway.
Yes.
They
Don't
used to
have
be under
why.
SEND protection.
Oh, no,
Which
I
could
know
be-
what they were talking about this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be reformed anyway, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
They're going to go.
It's just something
Hard
I
to
can.
get qualified people as well.
Send us the link,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, that's it
Temple
from.
Yule does some as well.
Right.
So they didn't want money first.
Okay. Come to item 12, which is items for information.
So may I ask a question about the pride of place funding that's going on? So you sent an email out about that and whether we could get any money for it, but I'm just wondering because it covers St Ruddigans.
We won't get any.
Huh?
If it's
Not the money, but I think we should have representation on it because
There's-
they're setting up a committee, aren't they?
Yeah, no,
You
so
could put
it's
your name
chair
forward.
committee.
No, if you're a councillor, you're not allowed to.
Right.
But I just think as River Parish Council and us being part of that patch being covered, are we covered in the patch?
No,
that they're
not at
covered?
all.
Oh, we're just outside
Well,
somewhere.
right, so
going
it comes
somewhere.
as far as the end of my road.
Oh, does it? You're right.
Falling
So
is the
we've got no
boundary.
voice or say
No,
as
because
a
it'll be
parish
St Rad- they're
council
looking for.
on that money and how it's going to be spent.
No.
No, because it's just for St Madigan's area
Yeah, I know,
and
and,
the other
and
bit.
Tottenham's.
Yeah, so it'll be people usually in that area that they're looking for. I mean, you could be
Yeah.
outside that area,
Yeah.
but you've got to have some tie with
But
the
I'm just
area.
saying, as a parish council, we have no say on how all that money is going to be spent.
Absolutely no. It's for
No,
the
it's not
area.
part of the parish.
It's not part of our parish.
No, okay.
It's the,
Even though it's it's like the regeneration programs, isn't it? Back in the
yeah, but we
Yeah.
wouldn't like maybe St Madigan's to say, well, how River could spend their money.
No, sure. Okay.
So it's the same thing.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you can, people might put their names on it if they had something to do with St Madigan's at some time.
Yeah, I just thought there isn't any overlap with the river at all then, no?
No, we're
Okay.
not considered a deprived area.
No,
No.
Not really.
we're not really.
No, we're
Pretty
not.
much just not.
No, that's fine.
So,
Christian.
I know we kind of sped through the agenda today a bit, but are we talking about the Cal Community Award and
Yeah.
kind of skip the events committee?
Yeah, we can actually discuss that quite freely tonight
Cause
because
Yes.
Chairperson's not here.
Yes.
I mean, it's on there.
yes,
And that meeting happened on the 25th of February, was it? That events meeting, was it? Or
26.
sorry.
26.
26th.
Yeah, we do that later, but yeah.
Yeah, no. Obviously, I didn't want to.
On
We need to be.
Oh,
We're on
right.
camera, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we can do that maybe later, but we skipped just the minutes for the events committee, we skipped that. I
Yeah,
found
on
them.
the agenda.
Yeah, they'll be, yes,
Um,
they'll be approved at the next events meeting,
Yes.
but they're
Yeah, that's
just
fine.
noted for information.
The note. Okay.
But I
Well, we
think you
can-
should all have a copy, I think.
Yeah.
But I'll email you anyway.
Right, just one thing I mentioned earlier, the AGM. I announced to everyone at the last meeting that I intend to stand down at the AGM. So you need to be planning the AGM. I know Daniel said we ought to have some forward planning on it. Last year we got to it and really we just stumbled through, but it wasn't really organised. So yes, there is work to be done with regard to the AGM and how you want to go forward. So I just feel that it's time for a younger person to actually take the reins. I think it would be good, and I think I've done as much as I can. I've got us into a
Yes.
much different situation to when I joined the parish council, and yeah, I think we've got the people around us now, and certainly I'm glad to say younger people that can take this forward with the drive that's necessary. But yeah, I leave it with you to decide on the AGM and how you want to handle it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I say no, I've been very proud, really happy to chair this for a number of years. But as I say, it's time for young blood.
Are you planning to stay at Parish Councillor?
No.
Or you're
No.
completely?
Yes. Yep. I think it would be difficult for every if I'm in the background. You know, I think it would be difficult. I can't help myself, so.
You'll end up being on the question side.
Yeah. No. If you have a problem, I am available. I would be available, but no, I think there's enough younger people here that can and will push this forward as it needs to.
Does that ordinarily have discussion ahead of the AGM, or is it, does that discussion happen at the AGM?
We
No,
usually
you
have it.
can't reach the AGM and not have an idea who's going to be chairman. We shouldn't do.
Would you have to have nominations, or how does it work?
Yes,
We
nominations
normally just
at the AGM, so
we usually discuss
you
it
don't,
first.
don't think there's
nominate.
any requirement for pre-notification.
No.
Anyone can put their name forward at the AGM
But most people will have had a discussion before.
Yes.
and then voted.
You vote at the AGM, don't you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. No, thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank
I
you,
say
I'm
it's
so
normally
sorry I'm late.
pleasure working with all of you.